Hi folks, welcome to the MARUSAN Sofvi Net International. I'm Eiji Kaminaga of MARUSAN Toys. This is a new series of MARUSAN TV on YouTube. This series will show you the history of MARUSAN Sofvi, the inside story of MARUSAN Sofvi, and this series exclusive MARUSAN's products international web sales. Please check it out. So from now on, I'd like to talk about the history of MARUSAN Sofvi. But before that, I'd like to talk about MARUSAN's company history first briefly. MARUSAN's history was started in 1923 by Naokichi Ishida. That's produced cheap toys such as pinwheels, toy cameras. In 1933, his son Haruyasu Ishida took over his father's business, and he concentrated his business on so-called optical toys, such as toy cameras, binoculars, and slide projectors. But his business had to be interrupted in 1940s because of World War II. But right after the World War II, Haruyasu and his younger brother Minoru and his brother-in-law Yasuo Arai, these three started toy business again and produced optical toys at first, as well as before the war, but soon started to produce tin toys. Most of those tin toys were exported to many countries, United States and European countries. MARUSAN's tin toy catalog of 1953 became the legend to tin toy collectors of the world. In 1950s, MARUSAN produced the first vinyl toy named Mommy Doll that was a baby doll for girls. In 1958, MARUSAN produced the first made-in-Japan plastic assembling model kit, and that series called Plamodel. That's MARUSAN's registered trademark until 1975. In 1960s, character toys became popular in Japan, and MARUSAN produced Godzilla toys in 1964. One was a Plamodel Godzilla and another one was a tin toy Godzilla. Both of them are battery operated. In 1966, when the TV series Ultra Q was started to broadcast, MARUSAN got its license and produced toys. Tin toys, Plamodel, and vinyl toys Sofvi. The lineup of the vinyl toys were GOMESS, Goro, and Pegula, Garamon, Kanegon, and Pagos. Samples of the vinyl toys were sold at wholesalers, but the reaction of wholesalers were not good at all, and eventually got initial order only about 500 pieces of each monster. Therefore, GOMESS, Goro, Pegula, Garamon, these four monsters were made only about 500 pieces of each at the first, and used same material color, that's dark blue. So initial production was about 500 pieces only, and therefore made from master molds. But right after the initial sales, got so many back orders from wholesalers, and therefore production molds were made in order to produce for so many back orders, and eventually it made the difference of the products between initial production and after the back orders. The initial products of GOMESS, Goro, Pegura, and Garamond. These four made from the master molds that were slightly bigger than products of the after back orders that made from production molds. And production molds of GOMESS and Garamond were modified to tail and the body together. And so it made the initial products of GOMESS and Garamond. Tails were movable, and tails of products of after back orders were not movable. So now initial production of those are very expensive at vintage market. And that I saw GOMESS at the auction. That was 1.8 million Japanese yen. That's about 17,000 US dollars exchange rate of today. But Garamond is much more expensive. That I saw the auction was 8 million Japanese yen. That's 75,973 US dollars of today's exchange rate. Okay, now I talk about the design of MARUSAN's Monster Sofvi. And some collectors call it Maru style. That means style of MARUSAN and blue mark. So what does it exactly mean and how does it made? MARUSAN's Monster Sofvi products were made by the sculptors who made animal Sofvi. So Maru style was made by the kind of chemistry of animal Sofvi and the monsters. Basically, sculptors made prototypes from photo of the monster suit that's supplied from the licensors. Also from some illustrations that's used for books, sonoset that phonograph record. Now talk about GOMESS that appears the first episode of Ultra Q. That's the suits of GOMESS used for the TV was a modified Godzilla suit. Ultra series was made by Tsuburaya Productions. That was a company of Eiji Tsuburaya, who was a director of special effect of Godzilla series. Therefore, Toho Monsters suits were modified and used to Ultra series. But MARUSAN's Sofvi GOMESS was made from referring the illustration that's used sonoset. And now it's time to introduce MARUSAN Sofvi Net international exclusive brand new GOMESS glow in the dark with super colorful paint version. This is an international net lottery sale. I write the detail below the YouTube titles. Also, the information will be on my Instagram. That's MARUSAN_Kaminaga. Please check it out. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.